Howdy, folks. Thanks for moseying on back to the Alternative Taste Podcast. You know, I was thinking the other day, when I die, I want to go peacefully, just like my grandpappy did, in his sleep, not yelling and screaming like all the passengers in his car. What is good, my people? Welcome back. It is a Friday. You made it. I made it. We made it. So let's do it. Let's do this. Let's kick the tires, light the fires. So what's good, man? There's a lot of shit going on here in California this week, man. I'll tell you what. We're going to talk about some of it. You know what? I've been having a lot of fun with my drone lately. I got me a Mavic Pro. I believe I've mentioned it before, and I've mentioned it plenty of times on social media. But I gotta tell you, man, I'm in love with this thing. I think this is the coolest fucking toy that I've ever had, probably hands down. It's great. I suggest if you get the money, use your tax money, go get you a big boy toy and go get you a drone. So what we're gonna do here is, well, first off, man, I don't know what you all think, but I think Dirty Dick is kind of getting a little too comfortable. What's up with his jokes? Like, who fucking says that shit? We'll keep him around, though. He makes me laugh. He makes me giggle, so we'll keep that fool around a little bit longer. Hope you guys are enjoying him as well. So, what I really want to talk about was on the YouTube channel, so segueing from the drone to the YouTube channel. If you haven't already gone and supported it, go check it out. Click the subscribe button. Subscriptions are actually coming in pretty quick. We're already almost at our 500 mark, people. Seriously, it took me about a month to rack up about 200 and some odd subscribers. So if you're into having all that free tech stuff on your Fire Sticks, on your Nvidia Shields, on your phones, blah, 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 go hit up the page and I show you how to do all that good stuff, all right? But what I want to talk about on that was, okay, so if you go and you look on my YouTube page and you look up Diggs Build, first off, if you just put Diggs Build in the search for YouTube, Alternative Taste video comes up number one because it's the most clicked. It doesn't have the most views because it hasn't been out longer than the others, but it is number one because it is clicked on the most. Why? Because I think people just seem, I don't know, maybe because I don't drag out my videos trying to get view times and stuff like that. Because as doing all this, I learned about YouTube and it's all just, YouTube is just one big fucking search engine. That's all it is. It's really about putting your shit out there and just wording it so people find it. It's pretty crazy. But once you learn how to get with it, it's pretty interesting, to tell you the truth. So I get a lot of comments and I appreciate every single one of them. And I do put these podcasts on the YouTube channel. So I'm hoping some of y'all listen to it. I know they don't get as many views as the techie stuff because I'm not offering any free things. I'm just offering you my peace of mind. So I get a lot of comments on that one particular build. Now, I'd say about 90% of those comments are positive. They're telling me that they love what I'm doing, keep doing it. And so I just use that as motivation. I'm like, cool, people are fucking enjoying my content. They're liking, the way I talk. They're liking the way I describe things. They're just liking it, right? But every once in a while, you get that one cocksucker that just wants to just ruin your fucking day. So what it is a lot of times when you go and I'm using the wrong words. When you try to go and watch my videos, right, and you try to implement what you're seeing in the videos, okay? I have had it plenty of times where I watch a video, and no matter what I do, what's in front of me on my TV screen is not matching what I'm seeing on my computer screen. And it frustrates the shit out of me. That is actually why I decided to start the YouTube channel, was because I was tired of people drawing out videos, trying to get all those watch hours so they can get more money, so they can place more ads in their videos so that way they can get paid. And I don't want to do that. I want to give you information. I want you to fucking utilize it, and I want you to move on with it. You know what I mean? I get a lot of people that comment on that video asking me questions to help them. And I don't mind. I think it's very important if you are going to be serious about having a YouTube channel that provides something for people. Now, say if you're just one of those people that just eat like hot Cheetos or they do like, whatever challenges, I mean, fine, whatever. But people like me that actually try to provide information to people will, only people that want that information are going to click on it. It's not necessarily an entertainment thing. So I get a few comments with people saying this didn't work for me, and I've had one person get like kind of rude with me, and I'm like, and I comment back. I don't fucking sugarcoat. I tell them, I go, bro, don't get mad because it didn't work for you. And lots of things didn't work for me, and you don't see me over there commenting on a YouTuber's channel about, this didn't work and whatever and this and that. No, I find something else that works and I move the fuck on. Well, today I had somebody give me what I would consider a backhanded compliment. So the beginning of their post was, you know what? Here, let me call it up real quick and I will do it. So the beginning of their post basically says, hey, dude, I learned a lot from your videos. Okay, great, whatever. That's the first sentence. But as I keep reading, he starts judging me and telling me basically telling me what I'm doing wrong. Like I need his opinion. And, I do need my viewers' opinions. Don't get it twisted. I do need their opinions on things. But at the same time, if I'm going to help you out and you know that I helped you out, then what's the problem? I don't understand why you're giving me a backhanded compliment. So anyways, he tells me that I shouldn't use the F-bomb so much because it sounds immature, but he did spell the word immature wrong. But I'm not going to go ahead and be a grammar Nazi and start attacking him and stuff like that. So what he said exactly was, dude, I learned a few things from your post, but you could drop the F word so much. It seems so immature, not immature, INMATURE. So immature on your part, and take a couple aspirin to dry up your nose. I believe it would sound so much better. Good luck on your channel. Okay, like I don't watch my videos, like I don't already know this. So my reply to this viewer was, I said, I'll actually take that as a backhanded compliment. What's actually immature, which is spelled correctly, in my opinion, that you actually felt the need to even say something pretty rude to someone that just helped you out. I sound that way because I have a 3-year-old that got me sick. It fucking happens sometimes. This is the first time I've cussed in a comment, but I did it just for his enjoyment. As for my language, I'm a grown man and make my own choices. I'm glad you learned something, and I hope everyone learns something. If you can't handle adult language, maybe this isn't for you. You can stay if you want, but you also know how to exit and never hear such horrible spoken words ever again. I mean, I don't know who this person is. I'm not going to put their name out on the podcast. If you're listening to the podcast from the YouTube, then you obviously know who you are. My comment to you, besides what I wrote down, would be, look, who the fuck cares? Okay? I do something to help people out. Okay? I work 40 hours a week in my fucking job. I'm up at 4 a.m. I work till 1 o'clock. Okay? I come home. I take care of my 3-year-old till about 7:30 till his mom gets home. Okay? From 7:30 to about 9:30, that's when I got to do my thing. That's when I have time to look up videos, to research. I mean, I have a 3-year-old. I can't just sit there on the couch and not pay attention to him. Now, if you have like a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, yeah, sure. I mean, they can kind of be trusted to go in the room and just kind of do what they need to do. All you got to do is be present to make sure they don't like kill themselves or the dog. But, I don't have that type of luxury yet. So, it's kind of rude to me because, we don't know each other's situations. I don't know them. They don't know me. See, they only know what they see on the video. And it's hard because, I have a life. I have family. I have work. I have obligations. And then on top of that, I do this, okay? Because I enjoy it. It makes me feel accomplished by knowing I've helped other people out. See, I don't want to really have to be the tech guy. To be honest, I don't like having to help people try to figure out what's wrong with their device when I don't know what device they're using. I don't know what they're trying to do. For all I know, they can't spell and they're misspelling, a website wrong, or I don't know, whatever the case may be. But I like helping you guys. And so it makes me feel good when you message me and you say, awesome, bro, thank you, keep up the good content, because that's what I want to do. But this is real life. You see, it's just I'm not a fucking celebrity. I don't have to watch my mouth. I am who I am. I do this out of just because. I'm not making money off this. I do this because this is my outlet. Because I have something to say. I have things that I feel are a certain way. And in going through my life, I've encountered so many people that say, bro, you like hit the nail on the head. You know what I mean? So I figured, well, what the fuck? I might as well say it out loud. I might as well say it loud enough for people to fucking hear it. So to the man, person, whatever that made that comment, or anybody else in the future, look, I appreciate your subscriptions. And I appreciate the fact that you get information from me. I don't charge you for it. I'm not going to make you do this, that, or the other for it. I give you free info. Fuck, for all I care, take that info and make your own fucking video. Okay? I mean, it's up to you. But don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't say thank you and then say something negative. Because you know what? That's going to make... Now, if this person ever has issues, guess who's not going to get responded to? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, just take it what it is. It's fucking free. It's like when people talk about the builds, like they'll install the Cody build, the Diggs build, the No Limits build, whatever build they want, right? And they'll say, oh, this link doesn't work, and how come this doesn't work? Motherfucker, I don't know. I didn't make the build. I didn't fucking create that. I'm just showing you how to get it, you know? And I always make sure that I tell people, look, get it this way, but also get this, this, and this. Because just like I do, I'm not just going to settle on one app to support all my movies and TV shows and sports. Fuck that. I need variety. I need to make sure that if one isn't working, I got two more on standby. So that's what I try to explain to people. And a lot of people get it. And I appreciate everybody. So even the negative Nancys, I appreciate your subscriptions and I appreciate you watching. And I don't know, man. This is a free fucking country. Okay, stay if you want, leave if you want. You know where the door's at. You can come in, you can go out. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Just don't be rude. Don't be rude to me. Don't be rude to other people. Don't be rude to my other subscribers. Just don't be rude, period. Just take it for what it is. It's free information. You know, you're welcome. Thank me later. Yeah, that gets kind of stressful. And this whole new YouTube thing, man, you kind of learn a lot of like the bullshit between people. Kind of like when you like first enter an industry. Like say you're in the cannabis industry, it's all blowing up, right? Everybody's doing something for the first time right now because it's all new. But you'll learn that there's a lot of fake fucking people out there. There's a lot of shady ass people that still want to try to come up on somebody else instead of working with somebody to constantly create a money flow. They just want to rip you off and get that money one time. See, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would you want to why would you want to take a large amount one time when you can constantly keep getting lesser amounts but consistently, and over time that would end up being more than what you would have taken on the one-time thing. So, you know, I don't know. That's just my way of thinking. So, yeah. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. You listen to this sponsored message so I can pay some bills, and we will get back to this politics shit that happened right here in California this week. Yeah. All right, that was painless. Whew, got that out of the way. So let's go ahead and talk some politics. So this week in California, we had some interesting shit go down, right? So we did have the president stop through here. He came through, I believe, the LA area, and he also stopped in Bakersfield, which is about a good maybe hour and 45 minutes from where I'm at. So what he did when he was there was very awesome. Now, keep in mind, I will once again tell everybody, I am not a Trump supporter. I do not vote for him, but I am an independent. Therefore, I go where the facts take me. And the fact is right now that this president has done more in his term than any sitting president that I have ever seen in my lifetime. So a good example would be he came through Bakersfield. While he was in Bakersfield, he has done something in one day, okay, on Wednesday, that our state leaders have refused to fucking do. Okay, you have to keep in mind, California, okay, the Central Valley ag industry is huge. Okay, most people I don't think really understand that almost half of all the fruits, nuts, and vegetables grown in the country, as well as whopping share of livestock and dairy, come from the Central Valley. And this is according to a 2014 report in the Los Angeles Times. Okay, that everybody knows. Like I've even been told when we were in school, 80% of the like lettuce and cabbage that you find at the store in this country comes from Central California. Okay, so our Democratic run state has, okay, I'm having overload here. Okay, so On this topic, I actually got into a little debate on Instagram with one of somebody that was following me, and I didn't even know they were following me. I don't know who they are, but I'm gonna tell you straight out because I'm probably gonna mention this on Instagram. I appreciate whoever that guy was. He debated with me on this, even though I know he was wrong. I know his facts were not right, and he was either leaving out information or maybe he just wasn't properly informed. Maybe it wasn't his fault. Okay. But he did not resort to name calling. He did not resort to any type of like nasty tactics when me and him were kind of going back and forth. And if you do follow me on Instagram, you can look at my post for the Trump article, and you'll see me and this guy's going back and forth. But we did it very respectfully, and it was awesome. I enjoyed debating. So let me just kind of see now. This individual was saying how it was basically he was blaming Trump for the farms that have gone bankrupt. He said 25% of farms in the Central Valley have gone bankrupt within the last year. And so I explained to him, I said, well, that has nothing to do with, Trump. And he says, yes, it does. He said it had to do with the tariffs that he imposed. I said, no. I said, what you're talking about on the tariffs, that only affected a small portion of our ad. That affected our nuts. So our almonds, our pistachios, like all that good stuff, like Blue Diamonds, it has their stuff here. All that stuff was what was really getting dinged hard with the tariffs with China. Okay. He chose to point that out, and I know he chose to point that out because that was what was mostly covered on the news, okay? But what he didn't mention, so I don't know if he just maybe left it out, he was blind to it, because sometimes you get those never Trumpers, and no matter what you say, they're not going to be convinced, okay? But he failed to realize, and I didn't really want to get into it too much with him, but, in doing so, with the trade tariffs with China that we had going on, Trump helped those farmers out. He had the National Farm Bureau before, like, on his side when it came to doing all that stuff. He actually, when he imposed those tariffs on China, okay, and it halted some of our ad, he authorized a $20 billion fund to help subsidize the bills and the stuff like that these hardships that these farmers were going to go through. See, he just doesn't leave people out like our Democratic leaders. So you want to know why? Because, okay, if you live in Central California and if you drive down South Highway 59, and you make it all the way to Highway 152, and you merge onto 152 going towards Los Banos, like you're going over the mountains, like you're going towards Santa Cruz, and you're going towards the ocean, okay? For years, there are signs out there that say food only grows where water flows. And it has everything about it. Back when like Great Davis was doing stuff, it just has all these things, these signs about how the farmers don't get no water. And so what the deal is with that is these farms in Central California, some of them are generations old. I mean, we're talking like 5 generations that this farm has been in these families, right? So along with these families, when these properties first, like say you have a generational family farm, right? It's been around for 100 years. There are some farms here that have been operating for 100 years. They're family run. And when their great grandfather or whoever first bought that land, okay, they got a deed. They got rights to a certain amount of water from a certain location, a certain reservoir or something like that. They are allowed to take so much water to feed their crops, probably based on the amount of acreage that they have growing on crops. But nonetheless, they're entitled to this. As the years have gone on, the state keeps pulling that back. So when you drive out in these farmlands, you see all this farmland, but you only see a small portion of it being grown or being farmed. And you kind of think, those of us that live here, we know why. Because they don't have enough water and resources to fucking grow everything in that field. They have to minimize what they're doing and their operation wise just to be able to maintain. And so I told this individual, I said, look, when these tariffs hit, how long did it last? A couple months. What happened afterwards? It got better. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Trump is a businessman. He has done as much as I'll say it again. He's done more than any sitting president I've ever seen. When we have hostages somewhere, there's no, we're not going to negotiate and just leave them over there. Sorry, it's just one person. I'm not going to send the military to go save one person. Trump will go and get that one fucking person. If America is at all, criticized, or he's got America's back when it comes to other countries. You may not like him. I may not like him sometimes. I don't like some of the things he says, but a lot of people don't like some of the things I say. But my intentions are always good, and I'm always kind of, try to stay 3 steps ahead. So that way, whatever I'm saying or doing, it makes sense. It's not just oh, let's just do this and put a Band-Aid on it. No. I'm trying to, get a full fix. So, to that person that I was debating with, I appreciate your respect, and I respect your opinion as well, even though I do not agree with it. This is America, man. You can think whatever you want. We can agree to disagree. But yeah, so I think that's really awesome for us to point that out, that Trump is really helping out where it really matters, because this country, let me go back. So the reason why our Democratic leaders have been pulling water away from our farmers is because out in San Francisco, they have some area that there is a specific kind of fish. And they say that the fish need, the fish is, I don't know if it's endangered or just the population of it's low. But I'm sitting there thinking, they build fish farms, right, for that exact purpose, just to breed fish. Like they trout farms do that. They breed all the trout, and then what do? They go in truckloads and they dump them all in the fucking, like in the lakes and shit like that. Okay, so you don't need to be pulling farmers' water to save a fucking fish. That fish isn't going to feed the country. Our farmers are going to feed the country. Okay, I'm not trying to be insensitive about fish, or if you're a fish lover or whatever the hell. All I'm saying is it doesn't make any sense for the bigger picture, for the sake of humanity. For the sake, if you're a governor of California like our douche is right now, how can you look in the mirror and go, you're the man? Yeah, good idea. Like, how the fuck does he do that? Does he not like look at himself in the mirror and go, I'm such a fucking snake? Like, I don't get it, man. And people will still vote for him. I honestly still believe he wasn't even voted in. I think Pelosi bought his seat for him because they thought that he was going to be an instrumental part in being a thorn in Trump's side. Well, guess what? It didn't work out that way. Because while Trump was in Bakersfield, he also pointed out the homeless crisis in LA, specifically LA, but he knows it's all over. And he told, indirectly, into the camera, not to his face, but he told California's government, you get your shit together and clean this up, or we're going to come in and do it. And I think that's great. People shouldn't have to live on the street with shit, like literal shit. And I'm not just talking, there's a bunch of shit like litter. No. There's human crap on the streets over there. Okay, there's things like that are happening right here in this town. Okay, and I mean, we used to be able to go out and play as kids in this town. You can't do that really no more. I mean, you never know who's behind what, or what's going to jump out and try to grab you. So, yeah. So that aside, the other thing that happened in California was very tragic, was up in Porterville. And we had a fire that took place. And what happened was a library caught on fire. And in the process of putting this fire out, 2 firefighters actually lost their lives. Sadly, they found what caused the fire. And the fire was actually caused by 2 13-year-old boys. These boys were arrested, I guess, and they have been in custody or whatnot. But the city has already said that they are not going to try these boys as adults. I'm kind of mixed on that because, first off, 13-year-olds know the difference between right and wrong and playing with fire. Okay, I wouldn't even say if you don't know, because you know what, you should know. So odds are they're probably not going to get too much trouble. They'll probably just get a slap on the wrist. They'll probably be on probation for years, and they'll probably have to do community service and whatever. In the meantime, these 2 firefighters' families don't have a husband or a father coming home because these kids were just being, I guess you could say they were just being kids, but this is kind of beyond. Being kids is like having your window broken with a baseball or something like that. That's kids being kids. But starting a fire at a library on purpose, yeah, that's arson. So so that's kind of heartbreaking, man, when you have those things, because it's kind of like you feel for the firefighters' families, but then again, how are you supposed to feel towards the kids that did it? Do you sympathize with them? Do you show them empathy? Do you tell them, hey, look, we know you didn't mean to do it when they did mean to do it. Yeah, it's just crazy shit. So if you're here in California, man, be careful. Just be nice to each other. That's all you gotta do. Don't go starting fires. Don't be talking shit on people's pages. Just fucking say hi. You know what people need to do more often? Check it out. Me and the baby went to go pick up a pizza the other week at me and Ed's over here, right? And there was a family. It's a family of three: mom, dad, and a little boy. Little boy's maybe, I don't know, a year or two older than my son. And so, anyways, we go in there and get the pizza. We come out, and as we're walking out, the little boy that's inside, he like turns around to watch us walk out the door. And my son was just walking, but he happened to see the little boy look at him. So he turns around, and he goes back to the window, and the two little boys, they just wave at each other and they smile. And my son turns around, walks back to the car, and the little boy sits down and just turns around and keeps eating his pizza with his mom and dad. And I kind of look at the parents. I didn't look at them, but when I was looking over, we made eye contact, and they just started laughing. And I was thinking, why the fuck don't adults do that? Why don't you just walk by a window and go hi? Because if you did, the other person would be going, what the fuck is wrong with that person? You know what I mean? It's fun. It's just weird how, like, as kids, they don't know. And it's so natural. It's like, hey, how you doing? I don't know you, but you look nice, and I want to be your friend. But as adults, we're like, hey, how's it going? I want to be your friend. You're like, who the fuck? You get the fuck away from me, you weirdo. Crazy stuff. So I want you all to have a good weekend. If you're like me and you have a 3-day weekend, enjoy it. Enjoy that extra day. Y'all should be checking out the XFL. It's actually pretty entertaining. I'm kind of liking it. And that's pretty much it. A lot of good movies that are out on your Fire Sticks and stuff like that. So, I tell you to curl up and watch a movie, but you know what? The fucking weather has been so beautiful out there. It would almost be a sin to not go outside and utilize it. It's going to be a super hot summer here in California, especially the Central Valley. So while we have this kind of pre-spring weather going on right now, really enjoy it and enjoy yourselves and enjoy your families and enjoy life. Y'all be good. Peace.